So here is the walkthrough of the solution of the assignment for Chapter 2, creating a half adder. Now, as you see on the note, you need to make sure that you've completed assignment 1 with the logic gates before you even do this activity. So hopefully you have done that. So A here is going to state draw two toggle switches A and B. Let's put them one by one. Scroll all the way down and get your label, and we need 2 of those because we want to label each switch. Label one switch with A, and then we're going to label the second switch by clicking on it with the letter B. Now A and B, and connect them using an XOR gate. So let's scroll back up to the top and carry the XOR over, and let's carry our light bulb. I'm going to go ahead and connect everything together, A and B, with the XOR, and then the output of the XOR to the light bulb. Actually, one of the first things which I forgot to do, let's do a file save as, so that we know exactly where it's going to be. Let's go ahead and put it on my desktop. I'm going to click at the beginning and put my last name and go ahead and save. Click OK to upgrade. There we go. Even better. So now I can save my progress, even though there hasn't really been any. So paste a screenshot of your system here. Now in order to do a screenshot, I'm going to do it just like I did for assignment 1. Hit the start, and I usually type SN and snipping tool comes up. Click new on that. Create my box with a click and hold around what I want it to show. The copy button, and come into my Word document and then paste. There we go. There's my screenshot. Now I can go ahead and hit the save as. The next question is to describe in words how the XOR works. So the XOR is an exclusive OR gate. Okay, so it will only the output will only be true if one or the other is true and not both inputs are true. Okay, that's what makes it unique. Okay, that's the unique portion of this, is that if I have one or the other, it's on, but if I have both, that's what sets it apart from the traditional OR. Let's go ahead and turn my switches off. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to fill in the chart. 0 is going to be false or off, and 1 is going to be true or on. So we already have the XOR set up. So off and off, as we can see here, is going to be an off, and turn on B, and we have an on. Turn on A only, and we have an on. And turn on both, and we have an off. Okay. This right-hand side of the chart is going to be an AND. So let's get rid of our XOR. Let's hit the delete button and put an AND gate in its place. So let's connect everybody up. Whoops. Connect the output to the light bulb. Okay. Off, off is going to give us an off. Off, on is going to give us an off. On, off is giving us an off. And if they're both on, it is giving us an on. So that's going to be a 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. This is the part where most people had issues, and I probably didn't explain it very well. And for that, I sincerely apologize. I'm going to scoot up some stuff so that I'll fit it all on one page. So now we're going to add digits in binary, okay? You don't need to have the logic program for this program. So all you're doing is adding your digits, but you're doing it in a binary notation. So a 0 plus a 0 is going to be a 0. Okay, you're not carrying anything, and you have nothing in your sum column. Now, a 0 plus a 1 is you're not carrying anything, and you're going to have a 1 in this column, and I'll go into a little bit more explanation here in just a second. And a 1 and a 0 is going to give you the same answer, okay? Now, this is where we get tricky, is on this line right here, the 1 plus a 1. So in binary notation, you would do a 1 plus a 1. We know in tens decimal that it's a 2, but a 2 is not a value in binary. So when I sum it, I change it to a 0, and I'm going to carry the 1. So in a 2 in binary notation is actually 1, 0. That's what we're talking about with carry and sum. So for example, in tens base, if I go to add 5 plus 7, okay, if I take 7 and add 5, I get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What I do is I write the 2 underneath, and I actually carry that 1 to the next place, and I add it with everything that is lining up in the tens column. It's the same thing in binary, except we're only dealing with zeros and ones. The other portion that was missed are the 2 questions over here on this right hand side. So looking back at part C for help, the numbers in the carry column, so I have 0, 0, 0, 1. What does that look like? Well, that looks like this AND. Okay, so I can indicate that it looks like an AND. The sum column, 0, 1, 1, 0, looks just like my XOR column. So I indicate that it's an XOR. Now, based on this, I can indicate what my carry and my sum are. So let's go back to this. Let's get rid of what I have here. Now I need 2 light bulbs, light bulb A and B. I'm going to scroll all the way down and grab those labels again so that I can indicate that this one is going to be the carry, and then I can indicate that this one is going to in fact be the sum. Okay. Now, we can figure out what's going to be the carry and what's going to be the sum based on what we have up here. So we said here the carry looks like an AND. So let's put an AND gate, and we're going to hook it up to the carry. Okay? And we say up here that the sum looks like an XOR. So let's take this XOR and let's hook it up to my sum. Now my inputs on everything are all A and B. So my A and B is my input here. But my A and B is also my input here. Okay, let's turn these off. So now I have figured out my sum column and my carry column. Okay, so let's try it out. If I've got 0, 0 with everything off, my sum should match this, which is 0, and my carry needs to match that, which is 0. Now if I turn B on, which would be this column right here, what am I going to expect? I'm going to expect my sum to be a 1, which it is, and I'm going to expect my carry to be a 0, which it is. Let's go back and look at this row right here. Let's turn A on and turn B off. My sum again is still a 1, which it is, and my carry again is a 0. Now what happens in this last? We're going to turn everybody on. Okay? My sum is going to be the 0 because I need to carry that extra digit as a 1. So my carry is on. Now if I come down, I collect my snipping tool, do a new, grab my screenshot, copy it, oops, hit the copy button, and then hit paste. Hit the save, and that is all for assignment number 2. So hopefully that helped answer some questions with assignment 2.